Welcome, welcome, one and all, to game number 5 of Mouz versus QIM. We have QIM YoDa spawning as our blue Terran here at the 3 o'clock position on Xel'Naga Fortress. And over at the 11 o'clock, we have Mouz ThorZaIN, the Spoon Terran himself, is our red Terran player. And he has been sent in now for Mouz, as their last 3 players have failed to take out YoDa so far.
Yes, they have. And, you know, ThorZaIN, real good at TVT. And
yes.
I made the idiot analogy just because he has a tendency to bring people into his comfort zone and stay there for quite some time.
No, I saw where you're going with that.
Yeah,
I got it.
He's so good at that. And, you know, we'll just have to see if he's able to bend YoDa to his will. He almost always finds a way to get things into that lull in the action, both players sitting back making calculated decisions on what to do.
And that's, he does not want you to move into super hyper aggressive 4 drops at the same time. He wants you to work, he wants you to get so frustrated that you move your army into his defensive position because you just want to get the game over with.
Yep. And we see that happen more often than not, especially in his TVZ. His TVZ and his TVT are actually very similar.
Yes.
And his TVP,
it's still a very long brand surrounding ghosts and stuff like that.
Yes.
Used to be lots of mech before, you know, Thor's had their nerf and it became energy based instead of, you know, cooldown based for the 250mm strike cannon. But anyway, so we do have the game now on Xel'Naga Fortress. This is a map that ThorZaIN loves to pick because it revolves around taking control of this expansion in the middle and being able to secure it with siege tanks and a PF.
Yeah.
And that is just ThorZaIN's style of play.
Yeah, everything kind of just revolves around that and works from there. Once both players do get on 3 base, it becomes this kind of it becomes a tit-for-tat battle in mid for positioning, where you're trying to find avenues to attack, you're both trying to deny each other, and this is the expiring Xel'Naga.
If they pick the IPL version, then yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so that helps his style even more, I feel, because he can just lock down mid, and his opponent's not going to know exactly where his defensive line is. And it can span for days. And
in this game here, YoDa did decide to go gas first, of course, putting out that factory as soon as possible, and he throws down his second gas right away. But this is actually going to get scouted by ThorZaIN, and Marine's starting to do some.
Oh, he only sees the one gas.
You know what? He saw, but he knows. Yeah, because the factory's coming up, which means he had to have 100 gas.
So he knows that.
He knows second gas. He knows factory, and he gets out of there and preserves his SCV. That was actually a really smart decision on his part.
Yeah, and ThorZaIN actually is going to go ahead and grab a second gas of his own.
And he has his factory coming up, so this is a very un-ThorZaIN-like game, but he's kind of had his hand forced because he knows his opponent is going after a very aggressive starport build.
At least, you know, it's un-ThorZaIN-like for now.
Right.
We'll have to see, but I think he is responding, like you said, with the second gas just to be safe, because YoDa could really bring it to him. He's going to have Hellions out. He's going to have a very quick Banshee, and immediately ThorZaIN drops that starport, gets the tech lab as well. So we may see a Banshee out of ThorZaIN himself.
If he decides to do that, could we see a very quick Raven as well, depending on how much gas he wants to save up to. And so far, YoDa has spent no resources out of his factory, so that he's going to have quite enough resources to just go ahead and drop down what's going to be Cloak, and in just a second when he gets 150 minerals, going to be a Banshee as well. And look at that, YoDa, very, very smart there. Of course, some people will actually pull that mule off because it actually denies mining time, and if you time a mule right, you have basically, as it's pulling its last few minerals, right, where it's actually denying mining, and it could get the minerals off and not make it back to the orbital command. So they'll pull them away so that the SCVs get better mining.
Very, very intelligent. Very intelligent. That's almost like mineral stacking to the next level.
Yeah, it's so smart though, and we do actually have a Raven coming
opener out of ThorZaIN. Beautiful read. On his part. And, you know, he'll probably follow this up with a quick Viking.
Yep.
He can use the Marines with the Raven to deny the first Banshee, and he can use the Viking with the Raven to deny any subsequent Banshees after that.
You're absolutely correct. And here comes the Hellion coming out for YoDa now to scout, and this Banshee's already making its way across, but it is getting shut down. Don't forget, guys, through this game, ThorZaIN actually got in there with 1 SCV. Whoa, second Raven coming up?
What? Did he cancel it? He canceled it.
Oh my god.
He must have to start the what? To start the tank? Is that what it was?
But that the Raven was 90% of the way done.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
I'm not sure what happened there either.
It was to get his tank out,
bad for ThorZaIN, though. Does he have a scan available? No, he does not. 15 seconds away. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
All right, so here comes YoDa now, and this is just flipped on its head as that Raven is actually just about to pop up. He's still 5 seconds away from having a scan as well, but this Banshee has already taken down 3 units.
There we go. The Raven comes out, but I wonder what happened there. That's so unfortunate. That Raven, or I mean that Banshee wouldn't have got any kills.
That's so uncharacteristic of ThorZaIN as well.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He might have just been spamming hotkeys, accidentally tapped the escape key.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Maybe he canceled it to free up a gas for a second siege tank.
Yeah.
In order to get that siege tank out extra early. Because maybe he wanted to pinch the timing down to the last second where he could still deny the cloaked Banshee, but he would have an extra tank for his counter push because of the invested minerals in the Banshee.
Right.
You know, YoDa might have suffered in his tank count.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm going to see overall workers are dead even between our 2 players. ThorZaIN is up by that 1 worker, and of course he has the Raven, but he's down the 2 Banshees. So really this is just going to come down to a big engagement right here. Both players have been on 1 base for a while. Neither looks like they have the intention of expanding at the moment. ThorZaIN has pulled a couple of SCVs off the line, and both players have siege mode done. And it looks like YoDa sees that Marine, immediately starts sieging up. ThorZaIN backs away temporarily. He's probably just going to start slowly pushing in with his siege tanks.
Yeah, he's just waiting for siege as well.
And that Banshee actually came through, but it has not gotten a kill so far. And it looks like it is going to get chased down by the Vikings.
Yeah, the Banshee actually
looks like it's going to get away from the Raven, yeah.
Oddly enough.
It is a little bit faster, so it does manage to make its way around, and YoDa actually circling it back around.
Sending it back in. Oh,
and this bunker is in range. So this is actually excellent positioning
the Banshee.
for ThorZaIN, but the Banshee is enough to just deny the siege line. And, all right, looks like air war being fought. And ThorZaIN actually did get off the first couple of hits, and he throws down the PDD as well. That he regains that positioning, and he's going to be able to siege up this bunker once again.
Oh, wow, and he's going to take out, it looks like the Banshee and the Vikings.
Yeah,
beautiful,
definitely.
Beautiful job from ThorZaIN. He's taking down all the air forces of YoDa, and he might kill that Banshee as well. Almost gets off that last volley of 2 right there. I thought they were going to fire.
ThorZaIN being very patient once again, though, and he's putting up another command center right now as he runs a few more SCVs to the front so he can continue to repair these units.
And he has full air superiority. I mean, he is just have his air domination right now. And keep in mind, working off of a single orbital, YoDa is in a lot of trouble here. He doesn't have enough scans to maintain the siege line, and he's actually going to have to fall back here. Oh no, he's just going all in with everything here. This is a huge moment in the game. I think that ThorZaIN's actually going to come out way ahead here. His tanks are sieged, and he has enough Marines to just run right over YoDa's force.
You are 100% correct, and he's able to land those Vikings as well so they can absorb some damage. YoDa GG's, and in a very quick game for ThorZaIN, he does take the game for Mouz, making it 3-2, sending us into game number 6.
是上将。